Hello, my name is Ari, and I am a first-year member of the Wave Droids. Today, I will be showing you how to make Oobleck and how Oobleck works. First of all, you need to mix 2 parts cornstarch and 1 part water into a bowl. You'll just mix this until the Oobleck is formed, which will happen very, very quickly. As you can see, this Oobleck mixes together very quickly, and when inside the bowl, it just moves around like liquid. But once you pick it up and make it into a ball, it starts to look like it's hard. But then you let it go again, and it's all drippy. This happens because when you apply pressure on it, the cornstarch traps the water on the inside. Then, when the pressure isn't there anymore, the cornstarch particles will spread out more and let the water really take control. Thank you, and now let's move on to the next video.
My name is Gretchen Ellebrook, and I am a second-year member of the Wave Droids. Today, we're going to be making sidewalk paint. To make sidewalk paint, you need 1 part cornstarch to 1 part water, and then add some food coloring. Here I have half a cup of cornstarch. Next up, in my bowl, I have some water. Now I got half a cup of water and put it in here. Then you just gotta mix it together with a spoon. This takes a little while. All right, now that it's all mixed together, I'm going to add some dye. Make sure to add more than you think that you need though, because when it dries, it gets lighter. Next, mix the dye in. All right, now that it's mixed, this is what it looks like. Now, let's check out how it works. Cornstarch is a type of sugar, and sugar and water really like each other. So, the cornstarch molecules suck up the water like a sponge, making the thick paste that we will use for our paint. And then afterwards, the water from the cornstarch evaporates, leaving the dyed cornstarch behind, making a nice drawing.
Here I am making a smiley face. Let's wait to see how it looks when it dries.
Hello, my name is Rebecca, and I am a first-year member of the Wave Droids. In this segment, I will be showing you how baking soda and vinegar chemically react. All you need for this experiment is a cup or a bowl, some baking soda, and some vinegar. I don't have any exact measurements, but if you want a bigger reaction, you should use more vinegar. This experiment could get a little messy, so I'm going to take this outside. Hello again. The first thing you want to do is check that you aren't doing this experiment around any valuables. Make sure to put away any electronic devices and throw on a pair of gloves if you would like. Put some baking soda into the cup and then add your vinegar. The reason why these two materials react this way is because baking soda is a base and vinegar is an acid. When mixed together, they create 2 new chemicals. The new chemicals are called carbonic acid and sodium acetate. Immediately after the vinegar is added, the carbonic acid breaks down into water and carbon dioxide. The fizzy bubbles you see are just pockets of carbon dioxide. If you didn't know already, carbon dioxide is what comes out of our lungs when we breathe out. Thank you so much for paying attention, and I hope you enjoyed this experiment. It's time to move on to the next segment.
Hello, my name is Andrew Sand. I am a senior at the high school, and I am a 4-year member of the Wave Droids. And today I'm here to show you a cool science/math concept called the Mobius Strip. It's very simple to make. All you need is some scissors, some tape, and a standard sheet of paper. First, you're going to need to take your sheet of paper and your scissors and cut a strip along the long side of it. Next, you need to take both ends of it and curl it up so you're almost making a circle shape with it. But before you do that, twist one of the ends and then put them together. Oops. And finally, take a bit of your tape and then tape the ends together. And once you do that, you have a Mobius strip. What makes it special is that it is technically one continuous side that loops around the whole thing again and again. So that is how you make a Mobius strip, or a one-sided sheet of paper.
Hello, I'm Aaron Ashlock. I'm a senior, and this is my second year of robotics, and today I'm going to show you an experiment using soap and water. So for this experiment, you'll need some water, a little bit of dish soap, and then some pepper. And you can use a Q-tip, or you can use your finger, but you just need something to put the dish soap on. So we have the little bit of water here, and we're going to add some pepper to it. I'm going to do that real quick. So a little bit of pepper is fine. So you can see the pepper is floating around in the water. Now, the water basically wants to stay together. So since it's kind of tightly together, the pepper actually floats on top of it because it's so light and can't break through the water. So we see that the pepper likes to float on top of the water. But then once you put some dish soap onto something, so for instance, in this case, it's going to be the Q-tip, then you dip the Q-tip in the water, and you see that the pepper kind of flows away from the Q-tip. And the reason for that is because the soap basically is trying to break apart the water, but the water doesn't want to be broken apart. So then the water moves away from the soap area, and since the pepper is floating on top of the water, it moves along with it.
Hello, I'm Kay Notice. I'm a senior. I'm a fourth year member of the Wave Droids. And what I have in my hand right now is a piece of paper and a rock. And I'm going to drop these two at the same exact height. And the reason that these fall is because of Earth's gravity, which pulls things towards the center of the Earth, which is why objects fall. Now, when I drop these two, who do you think is going to fall first, the paper or the rock? And you'd probably say that it's the rock because it weighs more and it'll fall the fastest. Well, let's test this out. Now, as you see, the rock did fall and hit the ground first. But in reality, all objects fall at the same exact rate. Now, this didn't happen in this case because of air, which significantly slowed down the piece of paper. But if we were somewhere like in space and on the moon where there's no air, and I dropped these two from the same exact height, they would both hit the moon at the same exact time because there's no air to slow both of these down, and objects fall at the same exact rate.
Hello, I'm Trevor Derringer from the Wave Droids, and today we'll be turning some pennies green. First, we'll start off with some supplies. Start off with a dish, paper towels, table salt, some pennies, and finally some cleaning vinegar. So we put the paper towels in the dish, and we add some small amount of vinegar to the paper towel. Next, we put our pennies on top of the soaked paper towel. Then, sprinkle some small amount of table salt on top of the pennies. And then, I've let the pennies sit for around 2 days now, and you can see that by now they've basically completely turned green. Now the reason why that happens is because when copper rusts, it turns green, and normally that takes years and years to happen, but with the vinegar and the salt, it speeds up the process, so I was able to turn them green in just a couple of days. Now this is a pretty easy experiment that you can try yourself at home, so I hope you've enjoyed watching, and stay safe.